So it is summer. We just finished the summer solstice. That was just a little bit ago. I was able to celebrate that at home, and a couple of events, potlucks, and a big party. And I don't know, it just ended up being a really fun event. Usually I'm by myself here just thinking my way through life, but it was nice to think my way through life with other people around, and I don't know, it was just a lot of fun. I've been in a place of isolation for several years, just trying to regroup, and I think those are important, but now I'm kind of leaving it and finding other things to do and people and running around. However, by the time November or December rolls around, I will be back in the house hiding out. The weather makes the decisions here, but it's nice that I'm having this warm weather time to start meeting people and running around and having a nice time. The weather has been fairly cooperative. We've had some really hot days, 90s and almost 100. Not yet quite reached our capacity. I got a huge fan, a very tall fan, like it's called a cooling tower, which has helped a lot. We've had cool evenings, which has helped a lot. I'm getting an evaporative cooler, which is like a swamp cooler, but a small one on wheels that you can plug in, and will keep my main room cool, because I know hotter weather is coming. I just can't do another summer like last year. It was outrageous. We had several weeks of over 100-degree temperatures, 120 degrees. It was just outrageous. Not doing that again. So they don't have any of them up here. They had them at Walmart, but they don't anymore. So I'm leaving town tomorrow and doing some shopping. So I'm going to stop at Home Depot and get one of those, or wherever I can find it, and just get it set up for the summer. So along with that, it is unfortunately fire season. We've had a lot of fires, at least a lot of small fires, which raises everyone's suspicions. I'm not saying what causes them, but one wonders. I'm on that Watch Duty app, which is an app that's available, I think, in most of the western United States. And you can pick the county you want to get alerts for. I picked my county. You can pick, I think, up to 3 counties on the free version, and more counties with other versions, but I really just need to worry about my county. So it has been going off quite a bit, more than I'm comfortable with. One day it went off 4 times in the same area, and again, one wonders what's going on. This is not a happy time. It's not a happy thing to be doing, but I am sure that law enforcement knows more than we do, so I'm staying out of it. I did do a major cleanup here, cutting down all of my weeds and all that stuff. I do it once a year after sort of in late spring. I like all the flowers to go through their cycle, and so the pollinators can have a chance, and then things start turning brown, appreciably brown. So at that point, everything gets cut down. So I'm good now till next year. I have to call in some sort of, I'm looking at a hornet right now. I have to call in some sort of pest abatement service, because I've got hornets here. We had a terrible amount of them last year, and I was able to control by spraying myself, but I think I'm going to need more than that. They are everywhere, and it wasn't just my house. Everyone was talking about it. So I'm just watching them this morning, and they're already running around. What I do is I put on a face mask, and when the weather gets cooler in the evening and they're all back in their little house, I spray them and then I run. But even with that, I got stung a couple times. So in one of my Medicare over-the-counter hauls, I did get some stuff for that. I get swollen up for a day or two. Fortunately, we have the casino nearby, so I have a friend who comes to visit me from time to time, and what we end up doing is, instead of being here where it is hot in the evening and hornets are swarming around like in the early evening, we will just meet at the casino and get a cold drink and a big takeout of French fries or onion rings from the restaurant, and it is extraordinarily cheap, and it's air conditioned. We just have a lovely time. So that's how I'm handling my evenings here. I did have a friend over for ice cream, and we ate down in the herb garden, but there were tons of mosquitoes there, so I have to figure that one out too. It is not easy entertaining around here. We had our utility company here changing out all the power poles and the transformer behind my house on the power pole there, and we lost power. At least I only lost power for one day. Some of my neighbors lost it for more than one day because there was more work up where they were. And I thought we were over, but we're not over. We're having another power outage. I think 3 more planned power outages to adjust things. So I just plan to leave town. When they were changing the transmission back here, it ended up being from 9:30 in the morning till 7:30 at night. I get alerts on my phone, and I just went and spent the night in another town. I'm just not putting up with it. I can't stand it. We've had so many. I pack the freezer and make sure everything's okay and just leave. And tomorrow it's going to happen again, 8:30 or 9:30 to 4:30. I have made arrangements with a friend of mine to go visit, and then I have to do some shopping and stuff out of town, and I'll come back at the day's end. And then evidently I have a couple more, one which involves helicopters. So I just go. I can't do this. I get my main concern is the freezer and making sure nothing defrosts, and I'm going to do that in a few minutes, get that set up, and hope for the best. Now what I'm hoping is that this will strengthen the power poles, so we won't lose power during storms, which has happened, like trees have fallen. They've done a lot of tree cutting up here. And I'm also wondering if we're going to lose power during the planned power shutoffs, because they will shut off our power if there's a combination of low humidity, high wind, temperature, and a combination of those that spell fire danger. So I'm hoping that maybe we won't lose our power, because these have been strengthened so much. We lost power so many times last year, and by the time this whole power pole thing is resolved, we will have lost power 4 times, like it will be in the next like 6 weeks or something. Well, maybe 2 weeks ago plus 4 more weeks. So that's a lot of power outages and running around and putting things away and leaving the house and all that sort of stuff. But I'm hoping that this will be a good end to that. Time will tell. However, as a result of all of this uproar with the power poles being taken out, put in, trucks, things being cut out, they cut out some foliage and vegetation. I did my own vegetation cleanup. It's created a little bit of a drama here with the other residents of the property. I've had a little mouse problem across the street at the cabin, and there's been a ton of lizards running around. And one of my neighbors said they saw a rattlesnake on the property down the road, but those are pretty regular here. They don't even concern me. That's one of the reasons why I cut the everything low, so I can see where I'm walking, at least have a fighting chance if there is a rattlesnake. And they do keep the mice down. So anyway, never a dull moment up here. I did get 2 new safety screen doors here. I had one moved to another door, and I had another door put here. 2 of my 3 doors now have safety screens on them. They're like heavy-duty metal, so I can leave my front door open and lock and close these, and nothing can get in. I could even sleep with the back door open if I want, because it's locked, which is nice. I don't have to close things up anymore. And I only had the one security door, and with the bedroom door not there, I'd get things like, well, hornets coming in. I'd get a couple times bats had come in. I had forgotten at one point to close another door I have here, which I still haven't gotten the security screen door for, but it was helping me aerate the place, and I just forgot to close it, and I laid down for a nap, and the bed was bouncing. It woke me up, and there were 2 pit bulls on the bed with me, just jumping around. And I had left that door open, and there was no screen door there, so they just walked in and just joined me. And they were my neighbor's dogs, and I know them; they're pretty good. But I'm not a big fan of pit bulls; they kind of scare me. And when you wake up like that, and they're just like on top of you, It was just maybe not what I wanted to see, so I got them out of the house. But this will help too, keeping dogs out. We don't have any dogs on this road that are difficult or violent or dangerous, but just in general, I don't want to be woken up like that again. It just was not optimal. My garden is growing well. I'm real proud of it. I'm real happy. I'm trying to take care of it and water it a lot. I've gotten this scorch guard to keep the plants safe if we go into this 100-degree weather again. And I'm just giving it my best shot. I had part of the area back there cleared out, and part of it's like a bed by spring. So my extra seedlings I'm going to be putting in there. It's mainly like different types of squash. I did notice I have gophers around, which is why I'm twice as glad now. I put everything in those refrigerators that are unscalable. So everything's growing good in there. And Paul, the refrigerator guy, junk guy, is going to bring me another refrigerator, and then we are going to go and pick up some soil for his house and my house, and I'll be able to maybe put some seedlings in there. But he has not been well last couple of weeks. I don't know if that's going to happen in time. So in the meanwhile, I'm still coddling the seedlings I have left. A couple people have wanted seedlings. I've been giving them away, and whatever I have left and whatever has survived being in the pots, I'll just plant out there eventually, either in the refrigerator or in that area with all the springs. We'll see what happens. I'm also planning on doing some craft fairs this year. I've been very discerning. There's an organizer. I went to her 2 craft fairs last year and they were outstanding. So she's doing one on July 3rd. They're having a day early celebration in one of the local towns, so I'm going to be doing that one. And then I think she's doing another car show in the fall, so I'll be doing that one. I may try out the farmer's market again. It has kind of been hot and cold with that, but I was there on one of its open days and I talked to the organizer and she encouraged me to come back. So I might do that too. It's been kind of busy for me to do that, getting this cabin ready, the Airbnb ready. It's just taken a lot of my time and energy thought process, but I did take out my box of beaded stuff and was looking at it last night and setting up what I'd like my table to look like. So the July 3rd and the car show at the very least, and then possibly 1 or 2 farmers markets. We'll see how it goes. So I'm excited about that. You know, it's not going to pay my mortgage, but I do like getting out, and I do cover the cost of, you know, the booth, and I cover the cost of my bead addiction. So good enough. So that's how my spring, late spring, early summer is going. I can't believe we've already had the solstice. The longest day of the year is behind us. Now we're heading towards the fall and Christmas. I've already been seeing hints of Halloween here and there and fall type talk, and it's like, slow this down a little bit. I love the fall. I enjoy my hibernation time in the winter, but I want to enjoy this time too. So I guess I'm just going to take a breath and enjoy the summer and sort of push away Halloween and fall and all that sort of stuff, even though we are on a trajectory towards it now. I hope your summer's going well and you're happy, and if you have hot weather, it's not killing you, and you've got many places to go and friends to see and things to do. Thank you so much for watching.